It is my honor today at the United Nations Commission on the Status of Women 69 to introduce the Zoroastrian College, because the Zoroastrian faith is committed to building knowledge and wisdom and sharing this with all, irrespective of any discrimination, including the discrimination of gender. The one and only Zoroastrian college in the world was founded with the blessings and under the spiritual guidance of Shah Behram Varzavand Sahib and the late Ustad Sahib Behram Shah Nauroji Shroff. Dame Dr. Professor Meher Master Moose and her late distinguished parents, Kaikashruader Master, QC, barrister, and Mrs. Amy Kaikashru Master, started this global educational platform by flagging off the first series of lectures in 1986. Since then, over 400 people from over 20 countries have availed of its research facilities and benefits to obtain master's and doctorate degrees. Keynote speaker today, Dr. Darvish Jain, completed his MPhil, PhD, DSc, and DLit, all the postgraduate degrees, through Zoroastrian College, before going on in his distinguished career to become the founder-chancellor of Prestige University. The Zoroastrian College Global Educational Platform is open to all fit people from all countries without discrimination of nationality, gender, color, religion, caste, or creed. For the many decades of service, my gratitude to Dame Dr. Meher Master Moose, her family, including her parents, and the whole team. And thank you all for being here today.
Dr. Darvish Jain, the keynote speaker today, is leading alumni of Zoroastrian College, having earned his MPhil, PhD, DSc degrees from Zoroastrian College. He was also conferred with the prestigious DLit degree, honoris causa, in appreciation of his outstanding services in the educational fields. He is a distinguished business leader, visionary educationist, and strategist, recognized for his transformative impact in both education and agribusiness sectors. As chairman of Prestige Education Foundation and Chancellor, Prestige University Indore, he has been instrumental in shaping the future of professional education in central India, nurturing over 15,000 students every year. Dr. Jain's initiatives have been instrumental in bridging the educational gap, particularly for girls and women, and his relentless efforts have empowered thousands of students across India. A stalwart in India's soybean and agribusiness industry, Dr. Jain has played a pivotal role in advancing global trade, sustainable agronomy, and innovation. He is acknowledged as a living legend in the India's oilseed sector and a pillar of the Indian agriculture industry. He has been chairman of SOPA, the Soybean Processors Association of India, for 7 terms, reinforcing India's leadership in oilseed processing. An accomplished author, Dr. Jain has penned 4 insightful books under the Golden Insight series. Golden Insight, Enterprising Soybean, Golden Insight, Enterprising Knowledge, Golden Insight, Enterprising Life, Golden Insight, Enterprising Ideas and Innovation. His contributions have earned him the title Man with a Vision and Mission. He is widely recognized with numerous national and international accolades, including Madhya Pradesh Ratna Alankaran Award, Mimamsa Lifetime Achievement Award, the Economic Changemaker of Madhya Pradesh, and Asia's Most Admired Person Award, to name a few. With an unwavering commitment to education, industry, and societal development, Dr. Jain continues to drive excellence, innovation, and empowerment.
Namaskar, good evening. Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I extend you all very warm greetings from India, especially on behalf of the people of my cleanest city, Indore, as well as from the Prestige Education Foundation. It is a profound honor for me to address this distinguished gathering for the fifth time in the series as the keynote speaker at CSW UN platform, the Commission on Status of Women. I am grateful to the Zoroastrian College in India, my alma mater, and Dame Dr. Meher Master Moose for providing me the opportunity to contribute to this important dialogue on gender equality and women's empowerment, a cause central to building a fair, inclusive, and progressive world. As we reflect on the enduring vision of the Beijing Declaration, we recognize both the progress made and the challenges that persist. While milestones have been achieved, the journey towards full equality demands renewed vigor, innovative strategies, and unwavering commitment. It is within this context that I share the contributions of the Prestige Education Foundation, which I have the privilege of leading, and our alignment with the global goals of the 2030 Agenda of Sustainable Development, particularly SDG 4, Quality Education, and SDG 5, Gender Equality. Status of women, global and Indian context, achieving gender equality means ensuring that women and girls everywhere have equal rights, opportunities, and access to resources as men and boys, allowing them to fully participate in society without facing discrimination or violence, contributing to a more equitable and prosperous world for all. The global status of women has seen progress in key areas, including education, economic participation, and potential representation, but significant challenges persist. Gender-based violence continues to affect 1 in 3 women worldwide, and the gender pay gaps prevalent with women earning 20% less than men on an average. Women also carry the bulk of unpaid domestic and caregiving work, which remains unrecognized and undervalued. In India, while strides have been made in improving women's education, healthcare, and workforce participation, but more could be done. The literacy rate for women still lags behind that of men, and women's workforce participation, though improving, is still only about 30%. However, initiatives like Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao, Digital India, the National Rural Livelihood Mission are playing a crucial role in empowering women at the grassroots levels. Empowering women through E-Shakti Abhiyan, one of Prestige Group's most impactful initiatives in the E-Shakti Abhiyan, a program designed to bridge the digital divide and empower women through technology. So, recognizing the transformative power of digital literacy, this initiative has been a catalyst for socio-economic development, particularly for women in rural and semi-urban areas. To date, Prestige Group's initiative under E-Shakti Abhiyan, over 100,000 women and the youth have been trained in basic computer skills, internet usage, and effective smartphone use. This initiative is aimed at building internet literacy and access among rural women in the state of Madhya Pradesh in India. Prestige Institute of Management and Research, Indore, PIMR, was awarded with the Golden Book of World Records for this initiative. Participants have learned to leverage digital tools for personal and professional growth, accessing online education and employment opportunities. Financial inclusion has been promoted through training in the digital banking and payment systems. More than 2,500 women have been supported in becoming entrepreneurs, utilizing skills in digital marketing and e-commerce. The outcome of this program is evident not only in statistics but in real life transformations it has enabled. For instance, a participant from a small village shared the digital literacy program has given her the confidence to manage her own small business online, changing her family's future. Such stories exemplify how technology can be a powerful equalizer and catalyst for gender equality. The Prestige Literacy Mission, a social initiative, focuses on inculcating a sense of social responsibility among students while educating underprivileged children with special emphasis on empowering young girls. Empowering girls through education, regular classes, and skill development. Student volunteers and faculty coordinators conduct 4 classes per week, utilizing interactive methods such as whiteboard teaching, audiovisual aids, and learn with fun activities. Special focus is placed on enhancing the confidence and literacy of young girls, ensuring they receive basic education aligned with their curriculum. Holistic learning. Beyond academics, girls are taught basic etiquettes, hygiene, and communication skills to boost their self confidence. Moral and motivational stories, along with storytelling sessions, help build resilience and inspire them to pursue their dreams. Creative and extracurricular activities. The initiative includes art and craft classes, poetry recitations, and cultural programs where young girls actively participate. This fosters creativity and self expression essential for their personal growth. Women led community engagement. Female students, volunteers play a pivotal role in mentoring and educating young girls, ensuring they have positive role models. They also conduct classes at various centers of Seva Bharti and NGO, further extending the mission's reach. Talking about the impact over the years, the initiative has expanded steadily, introducing a literacy club in 2017-18 where anyone can donate stationery, books, and other essentials, fundraising for girls' education. Through events like Manthan Annual Fest, PIMR has donated funds to the Neve Foundation to develop a new school infrastructure, ensuring a better learning environment for young girls, creating a supportive ecosystem for women. In addition to E-Shakti Abhiyan, the Prestige Education Foundation has championed a range of initiatives to create a supportive ecosystem for women. At the Prestige Institute of Management and Research, PIMR, our women's cell, Bhumika, plays an important role in fostering an informed and respectful environment for women. Our key initiatives include celebrating contributions of the female employees to reinforce inclusivity and gender equity, conducting health education programs focusing on preventive measures and overall well-being, organizing workshops on workplace harassment to safeguard employees' rights and dignity, equipping women with knowledge and skills to protect themselves against emerging cyber threats, ensuring their digital safety. These efforts underscore our belief in creating a culture where women not only feel safe but are empowered to thrive. Advancing education for women is the cornerstone of empowerment, and at the Prestige Education Foundation, we work tirelessly to enhance access and opportunities for women. Through scholarships, we have enabled countless girls to pursue higher education in diverse disciplines, breaking barriers and stereotypes. Furthermore, our institutions provide state-of-the-art facilities to support academic and professional excellence, mentoring programs to nurture talent and enhancing skill capabilities, leadership workshops to empower women to take charge in various professional fields. Aligning with 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development, our initiatives are aligned with the broader goals of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. By prioritizing quality education, dignity of work, and reduce inequalities, we are actively contributing to a more equitable and sustainable world. Now, addressing about emerging challenges, while we celebrate these achievements, we must also confront emerging challenges such as the rise in gender-based digital violence and inequities in access to technology. Our programs aim to address these issues proactively, ensuring that women have both the tools and the confidence to navigate the digital world safely and effectively. Before I conclude, I urge all stakeholders, governments, civil society, and the private sector to intensify their efforts to bridge existing gaps and accelerate progress. Collaboration is the key to amplifying impact. Let us draw inspiration from the transformative spirit of the Beijing Declaration and the innovations shared here at CSW69. Together, let us envision a world where women not only participate but lead. Barriers are replaced by opportunities. Empowerment transcends boundaries, transforming societies for generations to come. In conclusion, as we stand at the crossroads of progress and persistent challenges, the 69th session of the Commission on Status of Women, CSW69, serves as a reminder and a call to action. Gender equality is not just a women's issue, it is a global imperative that shapes the foundation of economic growth, social justice, and sustainable development. We must recognize that empowerment is not just about opportunity, it is about creating a world where women are valued, respected, and enabled to lead. It is about ensuring that every girl has access to quality education, every woman has economic independence, and every female leader has equal seat at the table where decisions are made. While we have taken significant steps, we cannot afford complacency. Change requires urgency. It demands unwavering commitment, bold leadership, and a collective resolve to dismantle the deep-seated inequalities that have held women back for centuries. It is time to accelerate the momentum. Let's take a call for collective action. Let's make gender equality not just an inspiration or an aspiration, but reality within our lifetimes. Let us ensure that education empowers every girl to dream beyond societal limitations. Economic opportunities are abundant, fair, and accessible to all women. Technology becomes a tool of liberation, not exclusion or oppression. Legal frameworks offer stronger protection against discrimination and gender-based violence. Societies nurture a culture of equality where no woman has to fight for her basic rights. The solution do not rest with the organization, one government, or one movement alone. We must work together as policymakers, educators, industry leaders, and activists to build an inclusive future. Every nation, every institution, and every individual has a role to play. Let us leave this conference not just with insights but with a renewed sense of purpose and a clear roadmap for action. Let CSW69 mark a defining moment in our shared journey towards gender equality, a moment that we look back on with pride, knowing that we push boundaries, transform systems, and change lives. The time for incremental change is over. The time for bold, decisive action is now. Together we can and we shall create a future where every woman has the tools, education, and opportunities to lead, thrive, and shape the world. Thank you, friends.
Dr. Professor Meher Master Moose. She is a jurist and educationist. She is the first and only Parsi Zoroastrian woman to graduate in law at Oxford University, England. She is a barrister of Lincoln's Inn London. First Oriental woman to have a Barber Scholarship for Law at University of Michigan, Ann Arbor, USA. She was the first non-Anglo-Saxon Protestant lady to be appointed a law professor in Canada at the University of Manitoba. Since 1972, she was attached to Bombay University Postgraduate Law Department and on Board of Examiners. She is the founder-president of three societies, Mazda Izni, Monastery Medicina Alternativa Society, the Zoroastrian College, and the All India Shah Beram Bagh Society for Scientific and Educational Research, an NGO and special consultative status with the United Nations, ECOSOC. Over the past 41 years, Dr. Meher Master Moose has been a speaker at international interfaith conferences, including the United Nations Religion Summit in the year 2000, the Parliament of World Religion 2002, the Temple of Understanding, the United Religion Initiatives, the Global Conference Brazil in the year 2002, amongst others. She is the main organizer of the 39th World Congresses of Medicina Alternativa Society and Spirituality held at Russian Center for Science and Culture in Mumbai, India. She is the author of 23 books on international law, alternative medicine, and Zoroastrian religion, Ilmek Shnoom.
Namaste Atash Mazdao Hudao Mazishta Yazata Hashem Mohu Vaishte Masti Ushta Asti Ushta Mai Yatashahi Vahishtai Hashem. May the blessings of Park Dada Uramazda, Almighty Creator of the universe, of light, energy and matter, the blessings of all the Ameshas, Pentas and Yazatas, all the angels and archangels, the deities, the blessings of all the Mino, Dai, Ratu, Vakshure, Vakshuran, Ramsgoshos, Pitavan Zathrushta, Paigambar Sahib, the founder of the Masteriously Zathrushtan Daina over 9,500 years ago in present times, the blessings of Ustad Sahib Behram Shah Nauroji Shraf and all the great and holy departed souls who have been connected with the work of our All India Shah Beram Bagh Society for Scientific and Educational Research, the NGO through which we are presenting this parallel event program, and Zoroastrian College. The blessings of my late father and mother, Kekeshwar Desha Master and Amy Kekeshwar Master, of Behram Shah Pithawala and Ganesha Bejan Daruwala and Homer Shivanya, our former vice presidents. The blessings of Jalbhai Sarkari, Keki Dumlasya, Perin Anklasaria, Shavaks Kambata, and so many others who during their lifetimes have given of their heart and soul hard work for the benefit of humanity worldwide in the work of the Zoroastrian College, which is to promote a platform, a global platform for providing an opportunity to people everywhere in the world to present their research work, which is original and which is helpful to humanity. What is the Zoroastrian College all about? It is a spiritual white light center. It helps to provide a place where every person in the whole wide world can come to progress spiritually in the quality and speed of white light of the soul, to become one with the creator of the universe, Aura Mazda. And through this spiritual white light center, the purification of soil, water, air, the space atmosphere, and the minds of people, as well as the souls of all the evolving creations on the earth, the souls of the soil, the gemstones, the souls of the plants, the souls of the reptiles and the animals and the fish and the birds and the human beings, all the evolving souls are transformed from darkness into light. This spiritual purpose is supporting the work of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals in enabling every person in the world to lead a life of fulfillment with happiness and joy, that each one can contribute to the betterment of this planet Earth. Now, how do we do it? We have several departments. The first is the Department of Ancient Avestan Cosmic Wisdom. Through this department, lectures are given online so that they can be made available to anybody, everybody in the world. We have persons listening into our lectures in different countries of the world like Serbia and England, of course India, and so many others. And through this department of online lectures, we enable the ancient cosmic wisdom contained in the Zoroastrian Dina of Ilmek Shnum to go forth and help every person in the world. The second way we do it is through publication of books. I am myself the authoress of 23 books on the Zoroastrian Dina and Medicina Alternativa and international law. For example, we have this book on Atash and Atash Berams. In Zoroastrian Dina, we have the knowledge of fire purification. Most people know about water purification, but very few people have the knowledge of how to purify fire vibrations, and that is what this book is all about. The oldest surviving fire temple in the world, which is located in India, in Udwada, and known as Park Iransha, has been continuously burning for over 1,300 years. It is the eighth wonder of the world. We have books on the deities, the angels and archangels. This book on Meher Yazid is all about the work of Mitra Yazita. Meher Yazid was the deity who was invoked by even the Roman soldiers in the time of the Roman Empire to help them in their battles. He is in charge of dispensation of justice and truth-telling. And this book is all about the great work of this Yazita, who helps all those who are upholding the law of Asher, righteousness. We have this series of books which are the translations of the lectures of Ustad Sahib Behram Shah Nauroji Shroff on different topics. The Ilmek Shnum series, volume 1, the Sudre and the Kasti. Zoroastrian people, men and women, please note, for thousands of years there has been parity of gender, equality between men and women in the Zoroastrian Dina. Even women undergo the Nauchat ceremony when they are young at the age of 7 to 9, as do the young boys, equally. So this book is all about how the kasti is woven, how to perform the kasti ritual ceremony, and this is about the sudre, how it is made with its 9 seams from pure white cotton. Here is a great book, In Search of Divine Light, by my mentor and guru, late Bairam Shah Pitawala, who has produced a masterpiece of spiritual knowledge, In Search of Divine Light, in which he gives so much profound wisdom for everybody in the world to benefit on how to be happy and make others happy through recitation of mantras and the power of sound vibrations. In the field of science and technology, here is a book which I had produced and it was released at the Medicinal Alternative World Congress in 1985 in Copenhagen, Denmark. This is all about the work of Parellel photography, how acupuncture knowledge, which was started in India thousands of years ago, went to China and preserved in China, and now it has become global knowledge, can be used and diagnosis can be done through Parellel photography. And this will help doctors to immediately find out which is the meridian which is out of synchronization and requires to be either sedated or toned. So this wonderful book gives so much wisdom about color therapy and spectrochrometry. The founder of spectrochrometry, the late Dr. Colonel Gadiali, and about astrology and how the colors of the different planets affect the health of people in the world, and about so many subjects relating to the health of the physical body, the energy field aura, the mind, the chakras, 16 chakras which are used in the Mazdesi system. And here is a profound source of practical knowledge which people can use. Every doctor in the world can use this book, and it has been translated into Russian and German languages up to now, including iridology, the science by which you can diagnose instantly what is wrong in what part of the body. So it is a practical book for people throughout the world. This book on the life of Ustad Sahib Bairam Shah Shraf, he was the pioneer of taking this wisdom to the world by giving lectures in Gujarati language, which we have translated and published through the Mazdesi monastery. He was fortunate to stay in Mount Demavand with the holy Abed Sahibs, and through them he learned this ancient wisdom and brought it forth for the benefit of people worldwide. Our NGO has held 39 world congresses since the year 1991 till this year 2025. And every year the World Congress, which is held at the Russian Center of Science and Culture in Mumbai, our NGO has also, for the last 5 years, participated at the United Nations Parallel Events Program by hosting an event. Now I would like to share with you a few statistics. In the year 2020, which was the year for COVID, we had only 10 candidates for PhD and MPhil, 2 men and 8 women. In 2021, the number increased to 19 candidates, 3 men and 16 women. The number of women candidates doubled within 1 year. In the year 2022, we had 25 candidates. That was the peak for this last 5 years. And we had 5 men candidates, including one from abroad, and 20 women candidates, 4 times more women than men. This was an achievement which the UN, the CSW should make note of, because through our NGO, We have promoted global education for women, and it has borne its own fruits in many countries of the world. In the year 2023, we had 3 men with one foreign plus one foreign thesis, and 13 women, total 16 candidates. In the year 2024, last year, 7 men and 10 women, 17 candidates. This year we have more women candidates. So you will see that our statistics for the last 5 years has been to promote the agenda of gender parity and equality of opportunity for women by providing women in different countries of the world. They come from South America, Ecuador, where we have a center, from Taiwan province of China, where we have a center, from Tajikistan in Central Asia, where we have a center. It's part of the former Soviet republics. We have the center in Russia and centers in Iran, Malaysia, England, USA, and many countries of the world. And the theses have come in the last 20 years from more than 27 countries. So this is a record for an organization which was established in the year 1983. It was registered in India through the blessings of Shah Behram Varzavan Sahib, the Prince of Peace of the Aquarian Age, who is the real founder behind the scenes of this great spiritual white light center. And with his blessings, we are able to provide a place which will give happiness and joy to people in all countries of the world. With these blessings, I would like to say a great vote of thanks to the organizers of the CSW programs every year, and especially to Lopa Banerjee, who is heading the official section, and also the ladies, wonderful ladies, who are hosting the parallel events and organizing the parallel events through the New York NGOs. A very hearty vote of thanks to all of you, and special thanks to all the team of speakers from the Zoroastrian College, whom you will be hearing in the present parallel event program today, as well as to all the Board of Studies members and all our candidates from worldwide. We thank everyone. Last year, our NGO had a live parallel event as well, and we had 4 persons attending the CSW68 last year who presented their speeches live during the programs, and they also spoke at other conferences such as the Water Purification Conference. So I would like to conclude this speech by saying a hearty vote of thanks to everyone. Peace be on all, and joy in your hearts. May you go forward with happiness and joy.
Our next speaker, Dr. Usha Nair, is happy to be connected with All India Shah Behram Bagh Society for scientific and educational research since 1998. She obtained her PhD degree to Zoroastrian College and is presently on the Board of Studies. Dr. Usha Nair has invested her 3 decades in healthcare. She is an integral part of religious, healthcare and human rights NGO and a social impact initiative crusader, being a CSR funding program specialist. Also, a disease reversal expert. Author of India's first book on science of nutrigenomics, Gene-Based Life, available on Amazon. Regular speaker at UN, NGO, CSW Parellel events year on year, a social activist. She is a first-generation solo entrepreneur over the past 4 years, running a successful SME in niche healthcare and consultancy services. Today, she speaks on the review of the Beijing Declaration and progress in women entrepreneurship globally. Over to you, Usha Nairji.
A very good day to all my lovely ladies, men, chair of the NGO CSW, distinguished dignitaries and associates of the United Nations, my NGO colleagues globally and my dear friends and colleagues present here today. welcome. A heartfelt thank you to our All India Shabarambag Society President for entrusting on me this responsibility to share my thoughts and views at this August global gathering of the UN CSW69 parallel event organized by the NY CSW Forum. I am Dr. Usha Nair from Mumbai, India, a proud United Nations representative of All India Shabarambag Society and another human rights NGO, both in special consultative status with the UN ECOSOC. My passion turned profession over the last 3 decades is niche healthcare and some disruptive technologies for lifelong, healthy, medicine free life. I am a top name in India in genomic wellness consultancy, but being a social activist and an entrepreneur myself over last 4 years, I today will be sharing my thoughts on the review theme of the Beijing Declaration, having emphasis on the progress of women in the field of women entrepreneurship globally over the past 25 years, the progress made and the challenges still faced by women entrepreneurs. The Beijing Declaration and Platform for Action, BPFA, adopted in 1995, is a landmark document that continues to shape gender equality policy worldwide. It laid the foundation for addressing systemic barriers that women face in areas such as health, education, politics, and economic participation. One of the key areas of focus in the BPFA was enhancing women's economic participation, particularly through entrepreneurship. This was a crucial way to empower women, reduce poverty, and provide sustainable development. The adoption of gender sensitive policies at the national level, which gained momentum after BPFA, created a positive environment for women entrepreneurs. Hence, today, we see women entrepreneurship in almost every possible field. The Beijing Declaration and its impact on women entrepreneurship, the key areas of focus relevant to entrepreneurship were economic empowerment, access to credit and financial resources, education and training opportunities, and supportive legal and policy frameworks. The global commitment and frameworks post BPFA. BPFA inspired global frameworks such as the UN Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, specifically goal number 5, gender equality, which includes a target to enhance the use of enabling technology, access to financial services, and support women's full participation in economic life. The adoption of gender-sensitive policies at the national level, which gained momentum after BPFA, created a positive environment for women entrepreneurs. Progress in women entrepreneurship over the last 25 years, 2000 to 2025. Increased number of women entrepreneurs globally over the past 2 decades, especially the number of women starting businesses has risen dramatically, particularly in developing countries, economies. Studies from organizations like the Global Entrepreneurs Monitor, GEM, show that women's entrepreneurial activity has grown faster than men's, particularly in regions such as Latin America, Africa, and parts of Asia. Women entrepreneurs are diversifying into sectors such as retail, healthcare, technology, education, and finance, with a growing presence in STEM industries. The Global Gender Gap report from the World Economic Forum shows improvements in the economic participation of women, with more women owning and leading businesses than ever before. Access to financial resources, where significant progress has been made in terms of access to finances. There has been a rise in women-targeted financing programs such as microfinance, impact investing, and gender lens investing. Programs such as the Women's Entrepreneurship Development Program, WED, and initiatives by UN Women focus on ensuring women have access to the capital needed to grow their businesses. Venture capital VC firms such as Golden Seeds and SheEO have created funding models specifically aimed at women entrepreneurs, although there are still funding gaps compared to male entrepreneurs. Digital and technological advancements, the proliferation of technology and digital platforms has been a game changer for women entrepreneurs. E-commerce, digital marketing, and online service platforms have lowered the entry barriers for women to start businesses with relatively low initial investments. Platforms like Etsy, Shopify, Amazon, and Facebook have enabled women entrepreneurs to reach a global market, particularly in sectors like crafts, fashion, and consultancy. Digital literacy programs have also improved women's access to technology and helped bridge the gap in entrepreneurship in the digital economy. Supportive ecosystems and networks, there have been an explosion of entrepreneurial networks and business incubators for women. These networks provide resources such as mentorship, networking opportunities, and access to global markets. Organizations like the Cartier Women's Initiative, Women's Business Enterprise National Council, WBENC, and the SheEO are creating pathways for women entrepreneurs by offering mentorship, funding, and visibility. Many countries now have national women entrepreneurship associations and regional organizations such as Africa Women Innovation and Entrepreneurship Forum have been empowered women to network, access financing, and scale businesses. Challenges still remain. Challenges remaining for women entrepreneurs are access to venture capital and funding. Despite some progress, women entrepreneurs continue to face the challenges in securing venture capital. According to the National Venture Capital Association, only about 2% of venture capital funding goes to women-led entrepreneurships and startups. Gender biases in the investment community persist, with investors often viewing male entrepreneurs as more risk-worthy than women, even when the business led by women perform just as well. Cultural and societal barriers in many parts of the world, women still face cultural and societal barriers that limit their access to education, networks, and financial resources. These include gender norms that restrict women's mobility or discourage them from pursuing business ventures. In conservative societies, entrepreneurship is often viewed as a more male dominated field, and women may lack the social support needed to succeed. Balancing family and business responsibilities, well, women entrepreneurs are often expected to balance their business responsibilities with family and caregiving roles. This dual burden can limit their ability to scale businesses, as they may have less time and resources to devote to their ventures. Unequal access to networks and markets. Women often have limited access to business networks and formal market systems, especially in developing countries. This makes it harder for them to expand their businesses or connect with potential partners, customers, and investors. Moving forward, the future of women's entrepreneurship. The future needs more inclusive policies and funding models. Governments and financial institutions must implement gender responsive policies that address the barriers women face in accessing credit technology and markets. Gender lens investing and social entrepreneurship will continue to grow as critical avenues for women to access the funding needed for scaling their businesses. Future needs digital empowerment. In the coming years, technology and AI will continue to be an enabler for women entrepreneurs. Programs that improve digital literacy and access to tech infrastructure will be key to helping women thrive in the global digital economy. Future needs collaboration and partnerships between governments, businesses, NGOs, and international organizations. This will foster ecosystems that are more conducive to women led businesses, and it will include expanding entrepreneurship education, mentorship, and leadership training. India has progressed since the Beijing Declaration, and especially in the last decade, India has seen two women presidents, Srimati Pratibha Tai Patil and our current President of India, Draupadi Murmu. I am very proud to say that India has been in the forefront of women entrepreneurship. A quick mention of the top 5 Indian women entrepreneurs. Kiran Mazumdar Shaw, Biocon, founder and executive chairperson of Biocon, one of India's most successful entrepreneurs in the biotech sector. She is widely regarded as a pioneer for women in the tech and healthcare industries. Indra Nui, PepsiCo. While Indra Nui made her name on the global stage as the CEO, the former CEO of PepsiCo, her roots in India and the influence of her leadership are notable. She led PepsiCo for over a decade, transforming it into one of the world's most successful companies. Falguni Nair, Nykaa, Founder and CEO of Nykaa, India's leading online beauty and wellness platform, Falguni Nair turned her vision into one of India's most successful e-commerce businesses. Vandana Luthra, VLCC, founder of VLCC, a well-known brand in the wellness and beauty industry. Vandana Luthra established a network of wellness centers that has spread across India and internationally. Richa Kar Zivame, who is the founder of Zivame, an online lingerie brand that revolutionized the way women shop for intimate wear in India. Car's innovative approach has reshaped the retail landscape for women's fashion. Some of our very own local names do include Mrs. Aban Rupa, the board of directors of the Taj Group, and Miss Anu Aga, chairman emeritus of Thermax, also a Padma Shri and a Rajya Sabha member in the Indian Parliament. All these women have been instrumental in shaping their industries, providing that innovation, vision, and leadership shown barriers can be broken to lead to success. Their journeys have inspired countless others to follow in their footsteps, contributing significantly to India's growth story. Their stories exemplify the power of resilience, innovation, and empowerment in creating a more inclusive and equal society in India. Women in entrepreneurship, progress of global gender equality, successes of women over men, I say both go hand in hand. Behind every successful man is a woman, and behind every successful woman, there is always a man, a brother, a father, a partner, a mentor, a buddy, an in law, or an accountability partner. Whomsoever, it's a vital moral support. Whatsoever but money motivation is most crucial in a woman entrepreneur's success. Women individually and collectively have been major actors in the rise of civil society throughout the world, stimulating pressure for increased awareness of the gender equality dimensions of all issues and demanding a role in national and global decision making processes. Here, the role of non governmental organizations, especially women's organizations, in putting the concerns of women and gender equality on the national and international agenda was acknowledged by many governments. Hence, I do wish to mention that over last 4 decades or so, our NGO, All India Shaber Ambag Society in Zoroastrian College, an NGO in special consultative status with the UN ECOSOC, has been supporting women wanting to excel in their original research in their own fields of specialization and interest, so as to invent new styles, modalities, setting new trends, policies, and benchmarks. And we have been churning out more and more better qualified women entrepreneurs till date. And we do aspire to do the same in the future too. In conclusion, the Beijing Declaration laid the foundation for significant progress in women's entrepreneurship, especially through policies aimed to improving access to resources, education, and finances. While substantial progress has been made globally, challenges such as access to venture capital, cultural biases, and the gender gap in entrepreneurial networks remain. Despite much progress, responses from member states indicate that much more work needs to be done with regard to implementation of the platform for action. Moving forward, it will be essential to continue building an inclusive, supportive ecosystem for women entrepreneurs, ensuring equal opportunities in the global economy. Before I conclude, on the flip side, however, high income countries continue to report the lowest rate of women's startup activity and display the largest gender gap. There are many more veils to unravel and miles to go. Awareness, support, mentorship, and showing a trajectory of success in entrepreneurship needs to be enlightened to women who may soon turn out to be new pathfinders, as women always have more grit and determination. A woman earning uplifts societies, empowers more women, and doesn't just run an enterprise to make her bread and butter. Thank you. Signing off, Dr. Usha Nair, a disease reversal expert and a top genomic wellness consultant in India. Look me up on www.drushanair.com. Back to the anchor.
Mrs. Jeru Pantaki Ram Mohan is connected with All India Shah Berambag Society. She regularly attends the online Zoroastrian College religious lectures and was a speaker at the United Nations CSW Parellel events last year also. She is an alternative medical practitioner, researcher, educator, entrepreneur, life coach, beauty therapist, athlete, health and life coach. She has won many awards in different disciplines. A graduate in nursing, she served the poorest of the poor to the richest honorarily for the good of health and holistic development. As a learning and development mentor and co-founder, Ultimate Achievements Academy, she catalyzes the growth of learning of individuals. Jeru taught the Duke of Edinburgh Award classes and high school. She has been a life and general insurance agent, inspector, and enjoys art, music, and nature painting. She hails from a highly priestly Zoroastrian Parsi family with a religion and spirituality at heart and respects all faith alike, having been married for nearly half a century to a highly qualified late commander Koka Ram Mohan, who served the Indian Navy. Jeru has been widowed for the last 5 years. They are role models for education and continued learning, having encouraged their daughter and other children to strive for excellence and happiness. Mrs. Jeru has established her academy for higher education along with her daughter, Dr. Koka Karishma, neuroscientist, having successfully produced doctors, engineers, and graduates in various disciplines, along with successful students in different vocations. Of her 86 years, she has dedicated 65 years to service to children and a cross section of adults, including parents, teachers, and senior citizens. Dr. Karishma Koka is happy to be connected with All India Shah Biram Bagh Society for Scientific and Educational Research, Zoroastrian College, since past few years. She has been a speaker at United Nations CSW Parellel events and also a coordinator. Dr. Koka Karishma did her PhD in Neuroscience Learning and Development at the University of Cambridge and her postdoctoral research with the Medical Research Council. With her mother, she co-founded the Ultimate Achievements Academy for her higher education, encouraged by her father, focusing on holistic education for excellence and empowerment. Karishma is the Zoroastrian representative and honorary secretary for the Barnet Multi-Faith Forum. She represents the Zoroastrian Trust Funds of Europe, where she is a committee member as the honorary communication officer. She is the UK coordinator for the Zoroastrian Education Network of the WZCC. With her mother Jeru, she has spoken at several forums and represented the Zoroastrian faith at the United Nations meeting in London. Karishma has been elected to the Religions of Peace Women's Steering Committee. Over to you, Karishma.
With the blessings of the most divine energy and all the holy prophets, let us begin in good thought, our good thoughts, in good words and good deeds, to bring happiness and peace to the whole world.
What is holistic education, Mummy?
Holistic education starts in the womb, where the mother is happy and calm and has good thoughts, speaks good words, and shows good actions. A child is very impressionable right from the womb, with all its DNA that it inherits from both the parents. When the parents are happy and calm, the child is bound to be calm and happy and grow up as a very good human being. As the child grows up into an infant from the cradle, it starts learning all the actions of the parents. and starts imitating them. It's like a monkey. We all inherit traits of the monkeys. So this is one of them. But it's a very valuable education because what it imbibes in its childhood never leaves it. As the child grows up into an infant, it realizes how much it's loved by both the parents and all the people around. The parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, brothers, sisters, whoever is there. They are cuddled and loved and embraced and kissed and all the beautiful feelings that the child gets helps it to grow up happy, healthy, and calm, and spreads that calmness and happiness around that person, that child. Then comes the scholastic education. But before scholastic education, further parental education is necessary, where the parents teach personally all kinds of things, right from how to eat, how to breathe, how to walk, how to talk, how to bathe, how to do all the other ablutions. And also, when the parents start reading in front of the child, read the baby, the infant, the stories, or sing to the baby and the infant, the child imbibes every action, every thought, every behavior of the parent. And when the parent is happy, the child is bound to grow up happy. If there are quarrels in the house, if there is dissension of any kind, the child learns to be boisterous, unhappy, and dissatisfied. Even with the food, it starts throwing up the food. There is no peace in that baby. But when the parents are cuddling each other, they are loving each other, they are loving the child along with them, that is when the child grows up happy and spreads happiness in the world. I cannot stress more than that, but the parents also teach the child how to love animals, how to love the trees, how to love the water, how to take care of the entire environment, not to pollute it. As the child is growing up and starts throwing things around, the parents make the child pick up things and put them in order. All this is parental education, how to speak good words, how to think good thoughts, how to behave in a proper way. Once the child is out of the parents' reach in school, scholastic education by experienced teachers, by good teachers, is very important. The more experienced a teacher is, it is better for that teacher to take over the elementary school. Elementary school should not be put into novices' hands. It should be put into very experienced, good teachers of good character, good behavior, and very kind, considerate, understanding, who know the background of the child, each child, and treat each child the way the child should be treated, with calmness and happiness. As the child is growing up, the child is taught many subjects of great importance. Every subject is important because as the child is growing up, the child needs every subject to find their own research, their own findings in various subjects. For example, when my child was hardly 4 or 5 years old, I used to answer the questions, but first thing I would say, go find out for yourself. Come and tell me what it is, if you'll find out. Otherwise, I'll tell you. And my daughter would go look into her book, search here, there. But by the time she was 5 years old, I gave her a dictionary, a thesaurus actually, and helped her find the words that she was looking for. Thus began her self-research. She used to research everything from the age of 5 for herself. If she didn't find something, she would come running to me and say, now, I'm tired of looking for it. Please find me. What is this? And I would sit and explain very patiently to her. Whether I was at work or I was at home, she would be always with me till she was 5 years old. Though she started schooling at the age of 3. She would go to school for a few hours, but I was always with her when she came back home, even if I went for work. This is how a child should be grown up, with the parents' love, attention, and affection. Father would be home as soon as he could finish his work and take the child in his lap and start cuddling the child, teaching the child little things, teaching it how to eat. Sometimes the father would feed the child, sometimes mother would feed the child, and teach all the table manners, good behavior, and teach the child how to thank and be grateful for each morsel it eats. Teach the child how to think good thoughts, how to behave properly at the table, how to talk to people at the table, how to chew the food so many times, and so on and so forth. Then as the child grows up, at the table, people discuss how to eat the food, what to eat, what is useful to the system to digest the food, and so on.
So, how important, Mummy, are the conversations at dinner table to develop active listening in a child, the ability to make responsible choices? And how important is the role of everybody contributing to this child's development?
Well, you just said it. A child listens attentively to grown-ups talking and tries to imbibe what is important for it. When it listens to the various topics, it also asks questions. When the questions are answered satisfactorily, the child's knowledge grows. Some streetwise education, some scholastic education, some homely education, everything is important. When a child is at home, the child is taught various arts and crafts of the home, sees the parents working at home, reading at home, cleaning the home, cooking at home, and wants to do everything all at once. While my baby was small, as 2 years old, she used to see me cooking and wanted to cook for herself. So I used to give her a mud pot and peels of onions and potatoes and lemons and ask her to make a dish. she would start stirring everything, cutting up everything, breaking everything, and finally come to me with the mud pot to eat it. I would pretend to take it and put it in my mouth.
Mama, suppose this then allows that child to develop almost a passion for trying new things with their parents
That's right.
and not being inhibited by the challenges posed by a new environment or a new skill. I found that very, very helpful. How then does this translate into loving all the different subjects and developing or even asking one's inner self what to do later in life or what skills to develop? What's your take on that?
Once the child starts going to school, it meets all the other children, starts talking to other children, and learns from them their ideas. The child is free to talk to people. By that time, it has its own ideas, own thoughts, own challenges, and it mixes around with all the other children, with the teachers, and gets ideas from everywhere.
I suppose that allows a child to develop both active listening and listening to their own conscience while not being afraid, yet being able to be safe. A skill that is
not so
constantly
much the
required.
conscience, not so much the conscience at that age. Conscience develops a little later as the child is growing up in school and the teachers talk about it. They start listening all the more. When they listen, they reflect. When they reflect, their conscience starts talking to them. If they listen to the conscience, they grow up to be beautiful children. They grow up peaceful, happy. Happiness is already inculcated in them by the parents. Peace is also inculcated in them. So all the more reason for the child to grow up happy and spread the peace in the world. That is the age to catch them young and teach them all the arts and crafts and all the streetwise knowledge as well. They should be taught how to take care of themselves. They should be taught how to speak to elders and young people, younger than them.
Listening nowadays, even to the different types of communication that we receive from the internet, including artificial intelligence, requires active listening in order to keep a child safe. They need to constantly evaluate what they are being, in some ways, forced to consume and change that into choosing what they consume.
Yes, children are given telephones, they are given WhatsApp and various other gadgets, computers, and so on.
Very early in life.
Very early
So
in life,
developing the
yes.
ability to discriminate and discern is one of the greatest skills we can give to the next generation, so that they not only can invent new things, develop their skills, and find out their own purpose in life, but also through the network that they are forming, both with the previous generation, with each other, and leaving behind for the next generation through their work and the culture that they're developing with their own wisdom, they develop a better and more peaceful world where they're able to very strongly say no to things that contribute to violence or aggressive behavior, and say yes and reinforce what they find peaceful.
Apart from all their studies in various subjects, extracurricular activities are a must for children. Sports, drawing and painting, embroidery, stitching, cooking, caring for children, caring for elders. Every little thing is very important to start at a very early age. As the child grows up, the child becomes more caring and sharing. The child should be taught how to do charity. Charity not just in money, not just in savings, but in thoughts, words, and deeds. According to Asho Zarathustra, these three words are very, very important. Thoughts, words, and deeds. Manashni, Gavashni, Kunashni. You think good thoughts, you speak good words. You speak good words, your actions become good. To honor your words. Therefore, when a child finally is out of school, that child becomes either a lady or a gentleman. That child's future is fixed into a very good human being who is calm and happy, diligent, tactful, polite, and all the various attributes it has already inculcated in them, have been inculcated in them.
This concept of being able to choose how one's brain operates is called goal-directed executive function. And today, neuroscience accepts that this starts the development of this key qualifier of being human and humane while being productive and excellent at each of the skills and competencies one is required to have or wants to have. This feature starts in utero. We inherit some of the qualities through our genes. Others we can change through our epigenetics, how our genes change as we develop in life. The brain has a lot of neuroplasticity, the ability to change. And today in management school and executive courses and neuro leadership courses, we accept that these three particular functions and all that goes with them, the working memory, cognitive flexibility, and inhibitory control, are key to how our brain contributes to the greater mind. And this needs to be appreciated through education. So I'm going to ask my mummy to explain what, according to her, is the mind.
Mind is not brain. Mind is all the cells in the body that have a certain function to perform, and every cell can think, every cell can feel, every cell can live and help you to be calm or boisterous. Therefore, health is very essential, for which physical activity, physical exercises, either dancing or working on your muscles or using your body to do any housework or walk outside, or whichever one chooses, one can perform to keep active and healthy.
Activity is key to a child's development because it not only helps them work through stress, it helps prevent stress. And managing one's stress and one's neuroendocrine system is part of holistic education because a child's neuroendocrine function and functionality changes from childhood through life, during adulthood, and then as they age. And the imprints that we develop as very young children set the thresholds that we then need to modulate as we grow older. So this concept of executive education, to think clearly,
you need meditation and a little bit of prayers, a little bit of calm, sitting by yourself, all alone in a closed room, and letting your thoughts run helter-skelter, and then coming down to calmness by breathing. Breath is very important. Breath brings in good oxygen. Therefore, the windows should be left open. There should be very little noise in the room. One should sit calmly, either on a chair or on the floor, but in the same place every day at the same time, so that they have the same surroundings all the time when they are seriously breathing and meditating. Meditation is nothing but just leaving your mind empty. You let the thoughts run helter-skelter first, and then they'll come to a stop. When they come to a stop, in any way, you'll be closing your eyes and seeing various pictures. But when the thoughts stop, is the time when a certain calm exists, and that is your meditation. You don't have to do your meditation. Meditation comes naturally. All you have to do is to sit calmly, close your eyes, and breathe with your full body, with your abdomen, with your lungs, and the blood will run all throughout the body happily. It'll take in all the oxygen possible. That oxygen will mix with the blood and make hemoglobin. That hemoglobin will help your food to digest, your body to remain healthy. It'll absorb all the vitamins and minerals. And in general, it'll keep you happy, because food is happiness.
Appreciating how the body then functions at its optimal best is part of holistic education. It helps us develop the ability to evaluate processes as they're happening in real time, a key feature of putting any process into action and executing it step by step, whether it our studies or later on in life, our entrepreneurial ventures, our businesses, or our professional skills. Achieving success and a good outcome with whatever is in our hands at that moment. That develops a state of being satisfied, yet wanting progress, and being willing and secure enough to empower others to achieve a similar state. This regulation of the mind through one's breath develops good actions. Now, this triad is seen in the Zoroastrian faith, but if you look carefully in all faiths, in all good governance, you will see that when we self-regulate ourselves or the smallest part of the whole, it creates a synergistic effect in the entire team that results in good for the growth and progress of all.
You were asking me about the mind. Further to that, mind is all around us, in all the layers that are outside our body or within the body. Our mind blends with other minds when they come in contact with others, and it becomes like an ocean of mind.
Right.
We imbibe other people's thoughts. We imbibe other people's actions. We imbibe other people's way of behaving. That is all through the mind. When your mind is big, your heart is big. When your heart is big, you're happy because you're spreading happiness. Happiness be to those who spread happiness, who give happiness to others.
Thank you, Mummy, for highlighting all these aspects which are in every path of good knowledge, good faith, and good governance.
That is why from childhood, one should be given spiritual education as well. What is spiritual education? All that I have said, plus it's a way of life which is called religion.
Mhm.
All the religions come down to the same essence. Every religion teaches all good things. No religion says hurt anybody or kill anybody or harm anybody. Every religion teaches you to love, to care for, to understand others, to explain to other people what you want them to know, what you feel, what they feel, you must know, and so on and so forth. I mean, it is so simple, but so difficult to imbibe. Therefore, parental guidance, teachers' guidance is very, very important. Teachers are called gurus. Guru means to have a straight path with knowledge. Therefore, a child should grow up with knowledge of religion and spirituality. It doesn't matter which religion the child follows. It is up to the child to understand each religion and choose for himself or herself whatever they want. They should be free to choose. There should be no compulsion. They should be taught all the good things about the environment, how to appreciate the environment, keep it clean and beautiful. Like you keep your own body clean and beautiful, you must keep your environment clean and beautiful to feel clean and beautiful. And when you feel good, others feel good as well, because they see all the beautiful things through your eyes, including the children.
So, on that note of being able to see together and develop a sense of togetherness, let us give a thought for the world that will inherit what we leave behind. It's not just a peaceful world for us that education or true holistic education is for, but to leave behind a world that is peaceful, sustainable, implementing all the different 17 United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, and more, for the good of all, so that we can all grow and learn together.
Thank you.
Thank you. Dr. Ashima Joshi is currently the Deputy Director, Professor and Head of the Department of HROB and the General Management at Prestige Institute of Management and Research, Devas. She has a rich teaching experience of 22 years with a PhD in management. Dr. Ashima Joshi has earned 4 master's degrees in the fields of human resource management, finance, and inorganic and organic chemistry, and has secured a position in the merit list of the university. She's a recognized PhD supervisor and empaneled on the editorial board of many international research journals of repute. Dr. Ashima Joshi has, to her credit, more than 80 research publications and has edited books, monographs, and journals in the area of management. She has Indian copyrights and patents with the Australian government, IP Australia, and the Indian government. Dr. Joshi has been continuously engaged in corporate training and consultancy and has participated in international forums as a panelist at Drexel University, USA. She received a Certificate of Honor for being a guest speaker at Global Peace and Sustainable Development Summit 2022. She has, to her credit, many awards and accolades. She won the first prize in the business plan at an international level contest for the project titled Eco-Sensing Clean Fuel Apparatus. She has also participated in the United Nations CSW Parallel events. Dr. Ashima Joshi.
When a woman is given the wings of education and opportunity, she doesn't just rise, she lifts an entire generation with her. Namaste, distinguished speakers, delegates, and advocates of gender equality. Empowered women are the architects of progressive world. As we celebrate 30 years of the Beijing Declaration, we recognize that every step taken towards gender equality has not just uplifted women but has strengthened families, economies, and societies. It is an honor to be before you virtually today to reflect on the progress we have made towards achieving gender equality and empowering women, particularly in our respective institutes and organizations. As the Deputy Director of Prestige Institute of Management and Research Devas, I sincerely thank the President of All India Shah Beram Bagh Society for providing me an opportunity to share my insights about our institution's effort in advancing the cause of women's education and social upliftment over the past 5 years. Devas city, where our institute is located, holds deep cultural and spiritual significance. The name itself is derived from Devi Vas, meaning the abode of goddess, a reminder that women have always been integral to the foundation of our society. However, despite this cultural reverence, challenges remain. Devas is a district with a blend of rural and urban populations, where 71% of people reside in villages. The literacy rate in rural areas is 64.23%, with a gender ratio of 945 females per 1,000 males. Many of our female students come from agricultural background, where educational opportunities are often limited due to financial and societal constraints. Recognizing this, our institute, under the guidance of our management, has undertaken several initiatives to ensure that education is a right and not a privilege for our young girls. Education is the most powerful tool for transformation. To support and empower our female students, our management has introduced Chavi Jain Scholarship, offering up to 35% tuition fee assistance to deserving candidates. Furthermore, any girl who scored above 90% in her class 12th exams is granted a full scholarship for her undergraduate education, ensuring that financial barriers do not hinder bright young minds from reaching their potential. At PIMA Devas, we take pride in achieving 50% female student enrollment, ensuring gender equality is education, a remarkable feat in a semi-urban geographic setting. This initiative aims to ease financial burdens and encourage academic excellence among young women. Additionally, female students get benefit from government schemes like Gaon Ki Beti Yojana, that is, supporting rural girls in higher education, Ladli Lakshmi Yojana, ensuring financial security and education for girls. Through these initiatives, we continue to create an inclusive, supportive, and empowering environment for our female students to thrive. Beyond education, we believe in fostering social responsibility among our students, particularly girls. We have actively encouraged female students' participation in the Robin Hood Army initiative, where students collect surplus food from events such as weddings and parties and distribute it in the slum areas. This initiative has provided thousands of meals to the underprivileged, while instilling in our students a deep sense of empathy and leadership. The Devas chapter, launched in the year 2016, has served over 150,000 meals. During the COVID-19 pandemic, when migrant workers faced starvation, our student volunteers, including many young women, stepped up to provide essential food supplies. This initiative not only provided meals to those in need, but also supported them in difficult times. This highlighted the strength and leadership in females in crisis management. Recognizing the additional challenges faced by visually impaired young girls, our student organized a large-scale donation drive, raising lakhs of rupees for the blind school in Dewas city. These funds were used to provide clothing, educational materials, school fees, stationery, and regular meal for underprivileged blind girls, enabling them to pursue education with dignity. Safety and security are fundamental to women's empowerment. Through our Women Empowerment Cell, we have conducted extensive cyber security awareness programs, training students with the knowledge to protect themselves from cyber crimes. Lectures on legal rights, online safety, and digital literacy were organized, ensuring that our students are well informed and capable of navigating the digital world securely. Additionally, we have established a women's helpline and grievance redressal committee, providing female students with a safe platform to report and address the issues of harassment and discrimination. Addressing the critical issues on menstrual hygiene, we installed sanitary pad dispensing and disposal machines across our campus. These machines ensure that female students have easy access to sanitary products, while proper disposal mechanism help maintain hygiene and environmental sustainability. Awareness program on menstrual health and hygiene have further contributed to breaking taboos surrounding menstruation. Education extends beyond classroom. Our female students have taken lead in organizing Nukkad Nataks, that is, street plays, in nearby villages, educating communities about pressing social issues such as women's rights and gender equality, dowry system and its harmful effects, the importance of female literacy, the danger of child marriage, the impact of smoking and alcohol abuse on families. These performances have sparked importance, conversation, and led to positive behavioral changes in many communities. Our institute organizes an entrepreneurship fair every year to nurture students' entrepreneurial spirit and provide hands-on experience in business. Many female students have outshined, launching successful startups, including handicraft, garment, and bakery businesses in Dewas city. Through mentorship and support, we encourage women to become job creators, fostering financial independence and self-reliance. As I conclude, I want to emphasize that at Prestige Institute of Management and Research Dewas, we believe that empowering women is not just about providing education, it is about creating opportunities, ensuring safety, fostering leadership, and building confidence. Over the past 5 years, our efforts have been directed towards breaking barriers, challenging societal norms, and inspiring young women to dream big and achieve even bigger. Since over 50% of our students are female and pursuing professional education, their contribution will extend far beyond personal success. These young women will drive innovation, enhance workforce diversity, and lead in key sectors such as business, technology, healthcare, and entrepreneurship. Their participation will not only strengthen industries but also create more inclusive workplaces, boost productivity, and encourage a culture of leadership and economic independence. As more women enter and excel in professional spheres, household income will rise, social mobility will improve, and communities will thrive. Ultimately, their empowerment will have a direct and measurable impact on the nation's GDP, reinforcing the undeniable truth that when we invest in educating and empowering women, we are not just shaping their future, we are shaping the future of our society. So, dear friends, let us all continue to work towards a world where gender equality is not just a goal but a reality. Thank you so much. Namaskar. Dr. Manju Jain is connected with All India Shah Berambag Society for scientific and educational research since about 2 decades. She obtained her PhD degree through Zoroastrian College and is presently on the Board of Studies as the All India International Head of the Jain Department, Bhaktamar Division. Dr. Manju Jain is a distinguished spiritual healer, researcher, and author, well known for her pioneering work in Bhaktamar's throat healing. She has dedicated her life to integrate ancient Jain spiritual practices with modern holistic healing techniques, helping individuals achieve physical, emotional, and mental well-being. With a PhD in Jainism method of curing, she has guided multiple research scholars, authored several books, and has conducted over 600 workshops. Dr. Manju has also developed 48 mantra healing cards. As the director of Metal Fan High Tech Private Limited, she also plays a key role in organizational quality management and human resource development. She serves as Vice President of the Integrated Healing Forum, Nagpur, and Managing Trustee of the Indian Federation of Spiritual Scientists, Bangalore. Her work has earned several accolades, including the Mahavir Gaurav Puraskar and the place in the Golden Book of World Records for her contribution to mantra-based healing. With a mission to promote Bhaktamar's throat healing globally, Dr. Manju Jain continues to bridge the gap between spirituality and science, guiding individuals towards holistic transformation. Over to you, Dr. Manju Jain.
I am very grateful to United Nations for inviting me as a speaker on women empowerment and health through Bhaktamar Stotra. Sustainable Development Goals of United Nations, empowering women for higher education globally, supporting United Nations Sustainable Development Goals number 3, 4, 5, 6 and 17. Number 3 goal states, ensure healthy lives and promote well-being for all at all ages. Sustainable Development Goal 4 ensures inclusive and equitable quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunities for all. Sustainable Goal 5 achieve gender equality and empower all women and girls. Number 6 ensures availability and sustainable management of water and sanitization for all. Number 17 strengthens the means of implementation and reliable the Global Partnership for Sustainable Development. So here, what is the genesis of Bhaktamar? Bhaktamar is a tool where 48 verses are there and they are simple solutions, drugless therapy whereby you can achieve health, wealth and education. So the genesis of Bhaktamar, understanding Bhaktamar, the 48 shlokas and the meanings, pronunciation of all the shlokas. Specific shloka for treatment of cancer, process of chanting shlokas, process of meditating on shlokas, prerequisites of the process. How the frequencies work on your cellular level and DNA level to heal disorders and blockages. Results of Bhaktamar. So, power of Bhaktamar Stotra. Bhaktamar is a very, very powerful tool of Jainism. It has absolute solutions to all problems faced by human beings if chanted methodically with full faith. Faith healing was established by Christ, Lord Christ. The word mantra means tool of mind or the language of human spirituality. When repeated over a period of time, it causes a shift in your consciousness. And as a result of that, you attract different results in your life, whether it is in terms of health, wealth, education, abundance. So, Sustainable Development Goal number 3, ensure healthy lives and promote well-being for all at all stages. The shloka number 45. Udbhut bhishana jalodhar bhar bhugna socyam dasham upagata shvata jivitasha tvad pad pankaj rajomrit degda deha Martya bhavanti makar dvajatulya rupa. And the mantra for this shlok, which is a cure for incurable disease, which improves the quality of life of individuals, it brings down the pain on visual analogous scale, it increases your physical ability, it increases your mental health, it improves your mental health and overall physical movement, and it uplifts your spirituality. So this shloka was presented in Psycho-Oncology World Congress, Washington DC, among 1,000 doctors. Bhaktamar as a cure for incurable disease. It was presented in Dublin Psycho-Oncology World Congress, where we worked on 400 breast cancer patients, and we could prove that it is a preventive medicine, and it brought down fear in cancer patients, and there was no repetition of cancer. Their fear had come down on visual analogous scale of pain, fear of recurrence scale, and the TLC, circulating tumor cells, had come down from 8 to 2. So here we have goal number 3, that ensure healthy lives, promote well-being for all at all stages. Bhaktamar Stotra has 48 verses. When chanted with full faith and devotion, it cures all diseases, including cancer, eye disease, wherein 3rd and 5th shloka is very important, spinal cord issues, wherein 17th shloka, nastam kadachid payasi narahu gamya spashti karoshi sahsa yupajjaganti nambodharodhar niruddha mahaprabhava suryatishahi mimasi munindra loke Om namo namyudatte matte shudra vikatte shudra pidam Jathar Pidam, Banjay, Banjay, Sar Pidam, Sarvarog Nivaranam, Kuru Kuru Swaha. That means most difficult disease can also be cured, and all the shooting pains can be removed. So here we come on goal number 4, which ensures education, learning opportunities for all girl, child and as whole. So the aim of the study was to improve intellectual capacity of academically weak students through chanting of 6 shloka of Bhaktamar and with Swardhara, Pranayam, breathing techniques. So the hypothesis was chanting 6 shloka of Bhaktamar will improve your IQ of the students. And we had taken 37 weak students of modern school who were very aggressive, who were going to fail as endorsed by teachers. And the therapy was induced by chanting 6 shloka of Bhaktamar 21 times with Riddhi mantra. So the shloka is like Alpa Shitam Shatvatam Parihasadhama Tad Bhakti Reva Mukari Kurute Balanma Yak Kokilah Kil Madhav Madhuram Virauti Tachamra Charu Kalika Vikray Kahetu. So the shloka says, I am of very little knowledge, I am of very little intelligence, but God, it is your divine devotion which forces me to chant these shlokas, and I may be a subject of ridicule. People may laugh at me in United Nations, but it is your devotion in me, which is bringing me over here to chant this shloka mantra. So when we experimented this on 37 academically weak children, we conducted psychometric test before giving them pre and post. After 21 days we took those tests, so we found that those students who were were taken on this research, their pre-test score was 76.86 and their post-test was 93.13. So the IQ improved so much. So here psychology principals were amazed to see. And I was awarded in Zoroastrian College for conducting research on this Bhaktamar Stotra and educating people. Already 26 PhDs have been done on different shlokas, and this year, current year, 10 PhDs are being done. Reena Shah from Los Angeles is doing on art as a therapy, and she has conducted so many yantra making classes throughout America and benefited children. So now Sustainable Development Goal number 5, achieve gender equality and empower all women girls. So here Sonal Jaiswal is conducting a research on 9 number shloka, which is for wishful child, and whoever does it, irrespective of caste, creed, will get for share the wishful child, whatever he wants, a baby girl or a baby boy, with the attributes which they want, they can inculcate in the womb. So the results achieved are noteworthy, that a lady whose first baby was born at the age of 48 years, according to doctors, 1 in million can conceive at the age of 40, first baby. But this lady conducted Vidhan of Bhaktambar and did religiously, meticulously for 21 days, and she gave birth to a baby boy on Valentine's Day. One lady could achieve twins by chanting this shloka, and she was a gynec herself. So the results achieved are worthy. And though a lady whose fallopian tube had bursted and doctors had given up hopes, and her husband and she used to come for the class, they are from Gurgaon, Delhi, and now she has given birth to a baby boy after 7 years. So this is the power of chanting. So women empowerment can be defined to promoting women's sense of self-worth, their ability to determine their own choices of healing modalities, and their rights to raise awareness of higher consciousness for themselves and humanity as whole. Women empowerment can be defined in several ways, including 48 magical tools of Bhaktambar, especially raising the status of women through education of energy healing modalities and training them on divine healing based on faith. So they can be wellness coaches all over the world teaching drugless therapy, and they can get jobs by chanting 19 number shloka, which has spread like wildfire, and it is helping women empowerment. People are working on these shloka, and they are working on with weavers and making garments. And we have trained almost 200 ladies in Dongargarh who were begging, and now they are earning at least 5,000 rupees a month. So how to help women using tools of Bhaktambar to seek job, get promotion, developing teamwork in organization by chanting 19th number shloka and 10th number shloka for teamwork. So 19th number shloka is Kim Sarvarishu Shashinahi Vivasta Vayushman Mukhendu Daliteshu Tamashunata Nishpanna Shali Vanishali Jiva Loke Karyam Kiyat Jal Dhare Jal Bharanimre. So how to help women using tools of Bhaktambar 48 shloka. And United Nations 6th goal is to ensure availability of sustainable management of water and sanitization for all. And here 11 number shloka, it is very, very powerful for purifying water and to get water through boring. And this shloka, Drishta Bhavanti Parimesh Vilokaniyam Nanyatra Toshmopyati Janasya Chakshu Pitvapaya Shashikara Duti Dogda Sindhu Sharam Jalam Jal Nidhari Sitam Kayakshit. And then comes Sustainable Development Goal number 17, where we strengthen on universal peace and brotherhood. And for this, we are going to chant shloka number 48, which is the last shloka and which will bring peace and abundance in whole of universe. Stotra srajam tav jinendra gune nivadhyam bhaktya maya ruchir varna vichitra pushpam datte jano yakantagata majastram tam manatungam avsam sampayati lakshmi tam manatungam avsam sampayati lakshmi. This says that whoever will wear this garland of 48 shlok in his throat, that means whoever will chant this shloka will always be blessed with abundance. So with this I thank Dr. Meher Moose and United Nations and everyone for giving me a patient hearing. Thank you so much. We are coming up with Bhaktambar Divine Shrine with 48 domes, and it would be a wonder of world. You can go on YouTube and see. My website is www.drmanjujain25.com, drmanjujain25.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Zoroastrian College and All India Shah Berambagh Society for Scientific and Education Research, I extend heartfelt gratitude to each of you. I extend my sincerest gratitude to organizers of CSW69 Forum and the United Nations for providing us with the invaluable platform to collaborate with like-minded individuals towards meaningful change. Thank you, Dame Dr. Professor Meher Master Moose, for your enduring dedication, visionary leadership, and untiring efforts over many decades. We sincerely value your humility, kindness, and humble nature. Special appreciation goes to Dr. Devish Jain, Chancellor, Prestige University, and Chairman, Prestige Education Foundation, Indore, for his enlightening keynote address, which provided profound insights and inspiration. Thanks to all the speakers for their outstanding presentations. Dr. Usha Nair, Dr. Manju Jain, and Mrs. Jeru Pantaki Ram Mohan. Gratitude to Dr. Karishma Koka for her exceptional introduction and address. Madam Khurshid for her invaluable support, and technical team for managing this program seamlessly. Last but not the least, to our cherished audience, your presence and support have been instrumental in amplifying our message and spreading awareness. Namaste. Thank you all.